We got our 22 chicks are doing well today. A couple of the ones that had to be helped out of their shells didn't make it. So one of them was the legs weren't working right, and then the other one was the one that had the who's that? The other one had the egg yolk still stuck on it when it came out, and didn't do well. Hey, somebody just got some lunch. You wanna go outside? Huh? Shall we go outside? Let's go outside. Here you go. You ready to go for a walk? Huh? You wanna go for a walk? Let's go check on everybody. Oh, we got a little yawn. A little yawn. No. Every time. Can't put the shade on you because you're just gonna take it. Let go. So we got first stop here is our broody hen prison. These guys were in the laying boxes. I only have 6 laying boxes, and there's 6 chickens in here. They were camping out, weren't allowing all the other chickens to lay in the box as well. There's been a drop off in production, which means they're probably laying them somewhere else. So I get to search and do an egg hunt here. But hopefully putting them in there, they'll break their broody cycle. Hey girls and boys. So I got, this is my Cornish cross group, and I've got 2 roosters. I've got a breast rooster and I've got a hybrid rooster, and it's like got an egg in here. Oh yeah, we'll leave that for later. But I've had these guys isolated off. 2 reasons. One, I can control their feed better. One of the main things with the Cornish cross is they just eat. So you have to ration them to keep them from getting too big. And then so that I can put them with a couple of roosters that I want to cross them with, and see if I can't find a hybrid that can work as a sustainable meat bird that has a little bit faster production than just my regular dual purpose birds and whatnot. So in here I've actually got a broody hen that I wanted to be broody. She was the first one, and she is laying on 8 of those Cornish cross eggs. So she's doing a really good job. She's 1 week in roughly, and I came out here last night and candled just 2. I just grabbed the first 2 that I could find, and both of them were developing. So that's a good sign. Here's one of the pens with the American guinea hog, or paddocks with the American guinea hogs. Everything's starting to dry out, so we need some rain. And this is Vincenza. You can see she's got an ear that wasn't developed when she was born. She doesn't have a hole in her ear there, but she seems to be doing just fine. And this is where we've got our Duroc cross gilts that I'm hoping are bred to my American guinea hog boar. There's Pumpkin there, she's orange, and then I have Tootsie in here, and she's a black color. And they're Duroc crosses. They're 3/4 Duroc and 1/4 blue butt. So they've got some color variation between the two of them. And their siblings, in the litter that they were in, they actually had a black and white brother that looked like he was almost like a Gloucester Old Spot. You can see everything's starting to get crunchy here, getting so dried out, but pretty soon the tumbleweeds will sprout up. Here's a little patch of grass, so it's in that weird transition. Like I said, it's been really hot really early this year, and so there might be a little lapse here. Here's this is Athelstan. He's one of our Icelandic roosters, and oh, we need to fill that wallow. Let me go turn that water on. Fill that wallow up. This is for the market hogs that are getting finished out for butcher. We've got them in an isolated pen here. Good boys. So here's a few of our Icelandic chickens. These are my forage breed that I've got, and I don't specifically feed them at all. They are opportunistic, so they'll come in. You can see them, they're scratching through, and I want to keep them looking for food and tilling up stuff, and they come through and pick whatever the pigs don't eat, or sometimes they beat the pigs to it. And I've got a few little variations. There's a couple buff ones. I've got a couple black ones. Hey, what are you doing? She's the only white one that I've got. That's a hen. She almost looks like a Delaware. Then I've got like 3 of the blue coloration ones, and a couple of speckled ones. I think there might be a speckled one in here. Both of them are in there. I don't know if you can see that or not. So these guys, like I said, I don't specifically feed them at all, and they lay fairly well. Later on I'll show you some of their eggs, but for the size of the bird that these are and the size of the egg that they lay, they're probably some of the most prolific on their own. But if you factor in that I'm not really feeding them anything, this is a great variety or breed for just kind of like letting them do their thing. All I do is I let them out in the morning, I close them up at night, but that's just for security more than anything. You could totally let these just roost on their own. They actually roost really well on their own. They put themselves up every day when the sun goes down. They find their water. You can see, I see them actually drinking out of the pig wallow more often than I see them drinking out of any of the set waterers that I have out. Here's my other rooster that I got here is Rollo. So I kept one that was a light rooster and one that was a dark rooster in the event that I ever breed these guys. I've never actually bred them. They're 2 years old, a little over 2 years old now, and I will probably breed another generation here in the next year or so, just to keep it kind of fresh. And there's Patches. Patches, where are those babies? I'm not sure that she actually either is caring for them or if something happened for them. I had set a box out for her. I showed it in previous videos, but she had laid her, or she had delivered her litter right there in that little box there, and I had to move this wood out from in front of it. But the chickens had been laying in there too, so they kept coming around and bugging her. And so what I did was I brought her closer to the trailer here and made this little box for her, and she stayed in there for a couple days, and she pulled out one of those chickens is using this as a laying box now. This last couple days I've found an egg in there. But she moved the babies over to that wood pile over there. This area. And I can't get in there, but I haven't heard them. She's been out a lot. So I'm thinking either our other cat went in there and did something with them, or she just is abandoning them. I don't know if it's because of the heat or what, but she doesn't seem like she's acting like a mama right now, which is unfortunate, but that is how it goes. She's not really a pet. I mean, we take care of her. I feed her a basic feed once a day. I throw out some food just so that they're not starving. But for the most part, they're both barn cats. They don't come in the house by invitation. They'll sneak in there every once in a while. But as I said, she just showed up 3 months ago and had her litter. And now, when she first showed up, she wouldn't come within 50 feet of me. And now she loves being pet and all that kind of stuff, which our other cat, Georgie, she likes to be pet and stuff too. But so now that she can be handled, we'll get her spayed here before she has another litter, hopefully. Haven't seen any tomcats around lately, but we want to get that taken care of before we see any of that. Hey, what you doing? You having a good walk? Huh? Are you having a good walk? Chewing on that. Alright, time to go collect some eggs. Check on everybody, do a wellness check. Check the wallows, make sure those are full. pretty much it for chores. Pretty chill day. Well, pretty relaxed day. It is a warm day. Like I think I saw earlier today, it was 96. So, and it doesn't get a whole lot hotter than that, even in the heat of summer. I mean, it maybe get 10 degrees hotter than that. So for us to be, you know, early spring and already dealing with pretty high temperatures. I think that's going to do it for today. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time.